While countries were rolling out their red carpets for the China Dream, the umbrella movement in 2014 proved to be a defiant move from the people of Hong Kong. In a city where the majority of the population has always been so politically indifferent, why were these young students courageously standing up to this giant machine, one that so many were fearful of? Walking down the occupied streets of Hocc Road, I remember seeing all these magnificent expressions of thought and creativity, something that I had never seen in my city. Graffiti, sculptures, art installations, small patches of farming, our own posted mosaic version of the Lennon Wall, and even a temporary study hall. And let's not forget the 28-meter banner of 我要真普選, we want real universal suffrage, that hung on for an unforgettable morning on the iconic Lion Rock Mountain. As a Hong Kong-born singer-songwriter, a daughter of an immigrant family who spent her teenage years in Montreal, and also the first female singer to have come out openly in Hong Kong, I had always felt out of place in this city. As a celebrity, I was told to stay neutral and not get involved in politics. Although I had earned fans along the way, received awards recognizing my efforts, there was still clearly something missing. And it was only until this moment, among the aspiring crowds of the umbrella movement, that I finally felt a real sense of belonging to this place where I have always called home. Hong Kong has always been a city focused on wealth and prosperity, seldom on politics or human rights, because in so many ways, we never had to. As a British colony, we became the financial hub of Asia, establishing pillars of free speech and human rights. We became the poster boy of East meets West. In 1984, a joint declaration was signed, announcing the return of Hong Kong back to China, at the same time introducing the one country, two systems model, which promised Hong Kong its freedom and autonomy for 50 years. Yet, this was never meant to be the case. Since the return, the Hong Kong government has been eroding our democratic systems in place for a century. Media freedom has declined rapidly, activists now prosecuted for peaceful assembly. Laws are now unjustifiably altered in favor of the Beijing government. For decades, we were promised universal suffrage. The communist government has done everything in its power to prevent this from happening. But where there is despair, there is resistance. When the Hong Kong as we knew it began disappearing before our eyes, a young and creative force swept across the city. Hundreds and thousands of us took to the streets. Mothers, fathers, scholars, and artists, an entire generation of youth poured onto streets. courageously and selflessly standing up to this injustice. To an authoritarian government, dissent and protests are a major threat. On 28 September 2014, a day that I would never forget, the Hong Kong government fired 87 tear gas bombs onto peaceful protesters. Hong Kong people, smart and flexible as we are, grabbed umbrellas as tools of defense to block off the chemicals. With this one act, our movement became a worldwide phenomenon. The umbrella movement ignited creative activism in Hong Kong. For the first time in our dictated history, we have finally come to our own definition of who we are. We are neither Chinese nor British. We are Hong Kongers. Unfortunately, after 79 days of occupation, the umbrella movement died off. 140 protesters were arrested for this civil disobedience, myself included. Fear of political reprisal has become predominant among brands and businesses. People are intimidated by an intolerant government who suppresses opinions in remorseless and uncivilized ways. Those who have spoken out are now prosecuted, such as young student leaders Joshua Wong, Alex Chow, Nathan Law, Edward Leung, and the Umbrella Nine. Dozens of other lesser-known names are now sentenced for up to 8 years. In these gloomy days, young people are checking out. Families are once again leaving their home city in the frantic search of a better home. As a public figure, creator, and most of us someone who emigrated and returned, the question I ask myself now is, what can I do as a celebrity? How do I convince this once brutally awakened, chosen generation that there is still hope in our own actions? After my involvement in the umbrella movement, I was banned from China. All my songs and social media accounts were taken down. All commercial work has ceased. Brands, sometimes even other celebrities, kept their distance in fear of being associated with me. Interestingly, it was because of this loss of the China market, because I could no longer rely on this easy revenue, that I became grounded to reality. As I was forced out of my glamorous world, I gained a new perspective of what I could actually accomplish. I was brought into a new and vibrant world. In 2016, when sponsors avoided me for my political outspokenness, I instead launched a campaign to crowd-sponsor my concert, gathering support from 300 local businesses with a total of 50,000 tickets sold out within hours. Later on, with my amazing team, I built my own system. I launched my own record label, signing young and budding artists, and also improvised local tours in different districts of Hong Kong. We sang on trams, in underground live houses, on sidewalks, and even in local shops. Just last year, we self-funded and organized a 6-day music festival, which united and gathered 100 local businesses and music acts. By creating socially innovative art, music, and events, by breaking rules and reinventing the game, I want to pass on this message to the younger generations. Create your own possibilities. even when all odds are against you. Truth is, tyrants are afraid of the people. They have seen the power of peaceful, organized movements time and time again, and it threatens them. Fear grows in spaces where we feel alone, judged, and cut off. The key is to not get discouraged and intimidated by the bigger picture, but rather to look within and around ourselves, to find people with similar values and identify the possibilities that exist in our own spaces. By focusing on our everyday lives, on our skills and passion, we can and will reignite our courage. Whether you are a student, a scientist, a teacher, or a doctor, it doesn't matter. Do your best in what you do best. Live the life that you envision for generations to come. When the system does not provide for us, we take things in our own hands. Our fate is what we make of it. By reconnecting with ourselves, we will reconnect with others. And finally, we will reconnect with our flexibility in finding answers as a humanity collective. Thank you. Thank you. So, thank you for having me here, and I am really honored to be among you beautiful people. So today I have brought with me a song, which is in Cantonese. Anyone understands Cantonese here? Oh, yay! And I chose this song deliberately because it is a song that I wrote about Norway. And it is about a group of people who are waiting to see the first sunlight after the dark period of the polar nights.伸手以內看不見的冰封四處，只有這脈搏追索着風裏那段幻覺，會失去的多麼拼命也消散的孤單進退可以軟弱嗎？黑晝內想有你回答。找過程根據流失了還在追，尋感身形不退，昨日已離去，轉入歲月裏，幻想再來這裏，嚴冬降臨，天可會照起來，光暗布滿征途。絕處可尋答案。再多數天，風吹撲面，再等數天，漆黑之中找到了輪廓。失散後總會再 Thank you.